Welcome to my visual essay, Influencing Identity Through Monumental Art in the GDR. My name is Tyler Acevedo, and in this presentation, I'll explore how the East German state used architecture and public murals to shape national memory and socialist identity. In the German Democratic Republic, or GDR, monumental aesthetics served as a political function. Through architecture and public art, the state visually shaped collective identity. This wasn't merely decorative. It was a way to model the world the state hoped to build. Socialist public spaces were sites of ideological education, where architecture and mural art were curated to reinforce ideas of progress, unity, and purpose. East Germany positioned itself as the anti-fascist successor to a divided and guilty German past. By casting itself as a state founded by resistance fighters and victims of Nazism, it avoided reckoning with complicity. Visual culture reinforced this narrative. Memorials like the Buchenwald camp emphasized heroism and suffering in the fight against fascism, turning collective memory into a unifying socialist tool. Karl Marx's Allee illustrates how city planning was politicized. Built in the 1950s and modeled after Soviet monumentalism, the boulevard's neoclassical symmetry and scale were meant to evoke strength, order, and socialist harmony. Its buildings became a material form of ideological education. They served not just as housing or workplaces, but as aspirational monuments to the socialist citizen, showcasing how built environments could embody power, collectivism, and historical purpose. Walter Romaca's Unserleben mural from 1964 wraps around Haus des Lehrers on Alexanderplatz, Berlin. This socialist realist frieze is filled with idealized citizens, engineers, mothers, scholars, and workers, harmoniously engaged in labor and learning. According to Daniela Bergen, socialist realism did not aim to depict reality as it was, but to present objective reality in its revolutionary development. It visualized the future, not the present, to inspire collective effort towards socialism. The placement of Unserleben on Haus des Lehrers was deliberate. Located in the heart of East Berlin, across from the iconic TV tower, it ensured constant public exposure. Citizens didn't have to visit a gallery. They lived alongside this art. Its omnipresence normalized the state's vision of unity and progress, subtly shaping how East Germans envisioned themselves within the socialist project. In the present day, artists like Stefan Roloff engage with this visual legacy critically. His installation overlays archival footage and silhouettes onto the walls of former Stasi buildings. Instead of idealism, he projects the psychological impact of surveillance and conformity. These reinterpretations of GDR space challenge the optimistic facade once presented by socialist realist works, offering space for public memory and mourning. After reunification, many East German murals and buildings lost their ideological function, but some gained nostalgic value. This phenomenon, called nostalgia, refers to the longing for cultural markers of life in the GDR. Symbols like the Ampelmännchen, pedestrian icon, or the Trabant car survive today as design artifacts. Their popularity reflects not a desire to return to authoritarianism, but a reclamation of East German cultural identity erased by sudden Western integration. In the GDR, public space was a political medium. From architecture to murals, the state used monumental aesthetics to influence its citizens' understanding of who they were and what future they were building. Today, this visual history prompts new questions. What is remembered? What is mourned? And who gets to decide how history looks? Thank you for watching my presentation.